I went to the antique store today and have I got a bunch of stuff this time. So we're going to start out with the hubcap because I didn't have anywhere to put it, so it was sitting in my lap. Um, this is it says Chevrolet Motor Division. Now this would be like a center cap, just go in the middle of the wheel. And they put these on, I know they put them on the Camaros, and I think they may have been on the Corvettes as well, but I know they were on the Camaros. And they may have been on some of the other Chevrolet cars as well, but I know for a fact they're on the Camaros. It's in pretty good shape. It's kind of scuffed up and oxidized through here, but other than around the sides of it here, it's in good shape everywhere else. I got some license plates. There goes the lamp. License plates and a sign here that obviously are bigger than I thought it was because I knocked the lamp over with it. It says 5-bedroom, and it looks like there was something else here as well, or maybe there was. It looks like maybe there was something else here before the 5. Maybe another number. I don't know. But it's kind of hard to tell. It's not like printed on there. I don't know if it's like the letters aren't. The sign itself is white, and then the red is just painted on there. It doesn't really feel like it's printed though. It looks kind of like it's painted on there in a different way. But anyhow, it's in pretty good shape. It's made out of metal. It would go on the top of the sign, and that's why it's shaped the way it is. It would just kind of clamp onto the top of the sign. They could nail it on if they needed to, though, apparently. So since that's pretty large, I'm going to take that down. Alright, then we have the Arbuckle Chevrolet in Scottsburg, Indiana. Chevrolet, Buick, Oldsmobile, and Pontiac. That's a pretty good metal sign, metal plate there. It's not a plastic one. I think it's been in the sun or something. The Chevrolet emblem is a little bit cracked. Actually, all the letters are. We have an American flag plate here. It's kind of dented down here, but and it's metal. I don't think it's a real high quality plate though. This whole decal is this whole picture is a decal of some kind. You can see where it's kind of coming up where it's dented there. It's just some kind of sticker. But this is $1. I think it was $1. So this one's plastic. This is says Mike Anderson, Pontiac, and GMC in Logansport. I think now, obviously, it's not a Pontiac dealer anymore. I don't know if the GMC dealer in there in Logansport is a Mike Anderson or not, because there's a sign that used to be a Pontiac dealership. It says Pontiac and then it says used cars next to it. So I don't know if maybe that's where that's from, but it is from Logansport. Then this is pretty cool. It says Saturn of Fishers. SaturnofFishers.com, Fishers, Indiana. This is a plastic frame, but I don't see a whole lot of Saturn stuff, so that's why I thought it was cool. It's from a Saturn dealership. Made in the USA. That's nice to see. Okay. This is cool. It says pause to celebrate the 50 years of the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum, established 1967. That's pretty cool. It's not that old. It's from 2017, but I thought it was cool. It's on like a foam board. Again, kind of big to go up here. Then we're gonna. This bag has a lot of stuff in it, so I'm just gonna put the bag up here. They have this really pretty piece of leather here, like acorns and different textures in it. So I'll pull all these out and then we'll look at them. Got a dump truck. Then I've got a bunch of different Hot Wheels here. And the truck we can look at. Alright, so you can see how they made most of the price tags for these cars. I think these two and it's like maybe that one are different, but most of them they made out of little bitty playing cards. Yeah, most of them were, everything was on sale, so they were cheaper than $1.50 actually. Some of them were not $1.50. Okay, I was gonna say I know there's a couple of them that was $1. There's $1 one. I think that's $1.50. This didn't come out of the same booth, but obviously because it's not in a bag. This has been in there for a long in the store for a long time, but it's finally on sale enough that I could get it. Says 1979 Mattel. Mattel makes Hot Wheels. Well, now they make Hot Wheels and Matchbox. So this went with some kind of set. It has some interesting wheels on it. So I'm not 100% sure if maybe it had rubber tracks that went on the wheels, or this drove around on some type of track. I'm not really sure. Pull the string off there. And it's really heavy though. The dump bed is metal, and it's wrapped around there kind of funny. There we go. So the dump bed is die cast, and then so is the cab, and it's kind of heavy. It's got kind of a circus theme to it with the blue and the red, and then just kind of the font of the where it says dumper, and then the little yellow scroll decals on it, pinstripe decals. Kind of everything looks like a circus theme. I don't know what a dump truck has to do with a circus though. It rolls really good for being as heavy as it is. It's wobbly. So I don't know anything about this, but there it is. And I'm going to stop the video for a second and take all these out of the bag so you don't have to watch me do that. And the reason I'm going to do that is because they're not just in the Ziplocs. They're like, the Ziplocs are taped shut, so it's going to take me a minute to open each one. Okay, so that took quite a while to get all those open. They were taped shut a little more than I thought they were. I have a Matchbox car here. Now I have a variation of this car. It's got the same decals, decals on it, but the wheels are different on mine. There's a couple of different variations of this one. This one that I just got here, it has the black wheels. They're not showing up very well because they're all black. They're black, and then they have a knockoff hub in the center, which isn't showing up very good because it's all black. It's a Matchbox car, of course. It's a Ford Crown Victoria. I think this car is probably from the early 2000s. With the variation of this car with this decal on the side. It's got the separate piece light bar at the top, which they did away with a couple years ago. This is not a Matchbox car. I'm not sure what kind of car this is. It's a Mini Cooper, of course. It is a Maisto Mini Cooper. Pretty generic base on there. Or maybe not generic, but pretty plain anyway. If it didn't say Mini Cooper, I'd say it was generic. I mean, this chassis could kind of follow a lot of different things. The top feels like it's metal, but then the whole plastic sides here, plastic windows, the whole black section is plastic. But it feels like maybe the top is metal again. But then of course the red body is die-cast. It says it's got the Mini badge there. And the headlights are chromed in there. There's the Mini and the Cooper badges on the back. This is part of one here. And this could be a part of a couple different things. The they wrote yellow tow, so it could have been a tow truck. This could also have been the first style of the highway hauler, which is a box truck. The highway hauler now is way different, but this is the original highway hauler. They don't say on the bottom what they were. This says copyright 1991, made in Malaysia, Hot Wheels. But yeah, this could have been anything from a box truck to a tow truck. Seems like there's something else they use this casting for. But anyway, here it is. So being yellow, I want to say it was a box truck. I think they had a yellow one. Yellow box truck with a black, and it had a black plastic box on it. Alright, the old El Paso car here. Number 43. I actually have this car from when I was a little kid, but this one looks brand new as opposed to having chips all over it. Actually, this has... I think my other one has more chips than it does paint. But this one looks really nice. It's got a couple places, but for the most part, it's really nice. I believe these were made by Hot Wheels. They don't say Hot Wheels on the bottom, but I believe that's who made these. I can't remember. These came in little black boxes, and they had a clear plastic top. And you could just kind of see the top of them like that. I think they were prize cars or something in some kind of food boxes. I don't know. I have a dragster here. I wonder if this is a McDonald's car. Because I don't recognize the casting or the wheels as being something from a mainline series. Yep. 2012, made for McD's. It won't focus, you can't see that. Anyway, that's what it says. You know, it's got that all of its decals are stickers versus being printed on there. It says Team Hot Wheels. Got some flames on the top. It says Hot Wheels, got a couple skulls on there. This one I'm gonna guess is gonna be yeah, it is plastic. This is a Sizzler, reproduction Sizzler. This is not an original. And then when did these come back out? 2006 is when these came back out. I don't know what the name of this specific casting is. They just wrote Mattel on the card there. This is blue number 7. Alright. But the new Sizzlers work basically just like the old ones. You'd plug them in and charge them up, switch them on. Their back wheels would... It's got some charge left in it. Not much. But that demonstrated for you. There's a little electric motor in there, so when you plug these in and charge them up, then you turn that on and set them on the track, and they'd race around the track. They're pretty cool. They had them back in, wow, early Hot Wheels days. I think 69 was when they started making Sizzlers. 69 or 70. And then 2006 they came back out with them. I don't think they were as popular when they came back out with them, though. I don't ever remember seeing any in the store. 2006, that would have been... What's this say? Angeleno M70. Is that the name of this casting? I don't know. But there you go. I didn't realize that was a Sizzler when I bought it. I just knew it was a some kind of special edition car because it had the old style red line wheels. Alright, this one here. I don't know the name of this one either. Spit and Image is this one. Excuse me, I'm sorry. This is in the Hot Wheels Vintage series. Originally, this car was from 1968. Wow. So this would have been one of the... This wasn't one of the original 816, but it was one of the pretty early ones. But Vintage series was, I think, in the early 2000s they had that. So that, you know, they would they recast some of their old ones. And, you know, they were all die cast just like the old ones were. They were nice. Let's see, I have a little truck here that appears to have been orange. And someone decided it needed to be black. Someone with a Sharpie decided it needed to be black. I can see a decal kind of poking through here. If I hold it in the light right, it shows up on the camera. I have to take some rubbing alcohol to this one and see what it actually looks like. Because I know it's a Ford F-150 who made it. Motor Max. It's a heavy casting, but it doesn't feel like it's a super high quality casting. Alright. It's a newer one here, you can tell, because it has the faster than ever wheels. That's what they called these wheels when they came out. I don't know if that's what they still call them. It's a Mustang. 2007 Ford Mustang. It's got some cool flames on it. Got a wing on the back there. And last but not least, we have a Matchbox Ford Focus. And I don't usually buy the cars that have all the characters on them, or if I really like the casting, I'll buy them. And you can, if you get rubbing compound and a buffing wheel for like a Dremel, the decals will come off. But I like this one because when I was a little kid, this has, you know, some shows that I grew up with when I was little. Of course, you got the Wonder Pets here, and then that's Dora. Of course, apparently the person only knew that was Dora because they say Silver Matchbox with Dora. So apparently that was the only character that the person knew the name of. But there's Wonder Pets and Dora. You have Diego and these guys, I can't think what they're called. I think the Backyardigans is what they were called. But anyway, got a little focus here. Not a lot of detail on it other than having some decals of characters. So there's our Hot Wheels haul video for that I guess we can kind of sneak in here. Also have a Nylant here, a Nylant Ford Ranger. Can't say I've ever seen a label that said that. No lead only. Usually they say unleaded fuel only, or they'll just say no lead fuel, or they'll say some variation of this, but no lead only. It makes sense. It just sounds odd from what you normally would see. Anyway, we do have some actual Ranger badging on there. It says Trail Ranger on the side. It's got a little three-wheeler. I think this truck would have originally had a trailer hitch. You can see where it's broke off. See where it's broke off there and there. Now this is a pressed steel truck. A little bend in the hood. Aha! This one we have a complete grill instead of a kind of broken grill like the other Ranger that I have. This one has both of its mirrors too, which are hard to find them with the mirrors because they're just little thin pieces of plastic that hang out from the window. It's got a tan interior in it. It's got a roll bar in it. Doesn't say Ford on the tailgate though. And I don't believe these open up. No. Nylant Corporation, Rockford, Illinois. It's probably a early 80s Ranger. I think 83 was the first year, so I guess that would put that at a mid-80s Ranger. Alright, we got some other stuff here. I just gotta spin around and get it. So, this is cool. It's an operator's manual for a McCormick Farmall Super C. And if you flip through here, it's got a service paper, evidently for their tractor. There you can see the kind of the back of the tractor. Kind of gives you an idea. There you go. There's kind of a picture of the tractor. Just so you guys can kind of see the vintage of the tractor that we're talking about here. There's a tricycle front end on a tractor versus the wide front end up over here on the right side here. So that's kind of cool. There goes the stupid ass camera. Got some really cool postcards, which I'll show you in a minute. I know what that is, and I think I know what this is. Yep. So this is a penguin with a hat. He's kind of cute. What's he say? Jergens lotion. Jergens lotion. He's a squeezy bottle. I don't want to squeeze him because he's old. He might crack, but you can see he's it is a soft plastic. I don't want to squeeze him. He might crack. But the Andrew Jergens Corporation. That is what that says. Is Jergens. I've just not heard of Jergens. Wheaton Plastics. Now the tag for this said it was an Avon, and I knew it wasn't an Avon, but it was like $1 or something. So I thought I'll buy that. I don't know how old it is, but it's cute. I like penguins. Alright, this is funny. You ask for half a cup of coffee. looks like a full cup here, and I'm going to turn it around. Hey, look, it's half a cup. Not only is it only half a mug of coffee, it also has things from Washington, D.C. on the back of it. The White House, the Capitol Building, and the Washington Monument. Pretty cool. I bought it, though, because I thought this was funny. I'd been carrying it around for a little while before I even noticed this. But it's cool. Alright, postcards I'll go through kind of quick. This is the Trolley Square at night. A bunch of old cars sitting out front there. Water towers all lit up. I thought that was cool. This is Angel's Landing in Zion National Park, which is in Utah. It's probably also out west. Great White Throne, Zion National Park. I thought this was cool. Lafayette Charcoal Steak and Food House. A couple old cars out there. Oh, this was kind of cool because it was different. It's an envelope, or it can be an envelope. Letter to, and see, you would write the message on the inside here, and then that's from the Sundown Motel in Spearfish, South Dakota. They have a large heated pool, it says. AAA. There's the motel there, kind of hidden by the trees. There's their pool. Alright, the ZCMI Center, Main Street, Salt Lake City, Utah. You can tell it's older because of the cars. It's probably in the 70s. The reason I say that, again, because of the cars. Look at that truck and camper there. That's pretty cool. A Chevy truck, I think. Chevy Scottsdale or something. It's got the kind of cut edges on it. You can pause and read whatever this says to see what the ZCMI Center is. I will read that off camera. This is definitely in Utah. Queen Victoria, Bryce Canyon National Park. George Huff Gymnasium and the Armory, University of Illinois. The Stephanie Inn on Cannon Beach near Haystack Rock. That's a heck of a motel. Wow. And probably not a super old one. If you look through, you can see some of the cars are like 90s cars, so it's probably from the 90s. There's nothing newer than that anywhere in there that I've seen so far. Floating on Great Salt Lake, it says. Swimmers in Great Salt Lake, Utah. That one's got copyright. It says 1971. I just thought this was funny. It's inside a rundown bathroom. It's not an outhouse. It's got a sink in it. But we're missing our pipe from the tank to the toilet here. Underground tour. High toilets for high tide. This toilet in the underground reminds us of the sewage problems Seattleites experienced in the Pioneer Square. Alrighty. Then the Model T Ford steam fire engine. That's pretty cool. It's in the Edison Museum. Missed one. Alright. So that took a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but that's okay. I wanted to kind of show you guys what I got here. I like this. This is funny. I'm trying to put his rifle back in. The tag just said old man. It's an old man with a rifle. Try not to break anything and put the rifle back in his hands. I had it in there before. Trying to figure out how I'm supposed to put it all in there. Anyway, I had him holding his rifle earlier. He was pretty cool. It's all plastic though, so I don't really want to force it. But it fits in there because I had it in there before. Some kind of plastic. 1978 Wilton, Woolridge, Illinois. Made in Hong Kong. I just thought he was funny. I can't get his rifle to get in his hands, but I had it in there before. I have this little stone owl with his ear chipped off. The Fisher-Price sports car. Pull some of the smaller things out of here. Good, we made it home with both people. So this is the Fisher-Price sports car. I haven't had a chance to Google this to find out what year it's from. It's got wooden wheels, and the car itself is made out of wood. And their heads, I'm sure, are made out of wood. So it's got some age to it. It's missing some things here. And when you roll this around, she's supposed to do the same thing, but her little runner here that runs along the floor is broken off. Her head's just glued on there, but the driver there still works. I guess he's a driver. The car has rivet eyeballs and eyebrows, so it looks like he used to have a little pull string there. Anyway, it has some age to it, even though it's missing a couple things. There's a gear there. I don't know what all it's missing, and I don't know when it's from, but I collect some of the old Fisher-Price things, so I thought that was pretty cool. Little tin cup here. If it'll focus. Depending on where you're from, you will pronounce this Versailles, Indiana, or Versailles, Indiana. Just says souvenir at the top. And the reason I say depending on where you're from is because it's just kind of, if you're in one part of the state, you say it one way. If you're in a different part of the state, you say it a different way. These are little John Deere clips or something of some kind. They're pretty cool though. They're older. That's the older logo. Only genuine John Deere parts fit and wear like the originals. That is true for most things. This is a plate that's not going to come out of here. I have an ashtray here. Wow, that's really shiny. It's got a map of Canada here. got this cool little badge here. I think it's like baked enamel paint in there or something. Anne de Beaupré. I'm sure that's French and I'm not saying it right. Alright, got two more things here. What is this? What is this? Let me unwrap this off camera. Oh yeah. It's a humidity and temperature. Yep, I want to say barometer. Relative humidity there. I was humid in the back of the antique store, I know that. It wasn't too humid in the front, but it sure was in the back. It's kind of a like a warehouse type of building though, so it kind of makes sense based on the construction of the building that it would be like that. Now this is pretty cool. This is a Smith Victor camera light, so someone would be holding the camera, okay, and then someone would be holding this light, and it'd have a light bulb here and a light bulb here. Made in Griffith, Indiana by Smith Victor. And might be able to mount the movie camera up there. I don't know if that's what that's for or not, but it might be for another light. It's also got the switch back here to turn it on and off. I'm thinking if this works, maybe if I put LED bulbs in it, it won't get hot. There's the sticker. You can see it's for a movie camera. Black and white, indoor color, movies, 16 frames a second. It just tells you where the light should be to not get too much light. The handle's made out of wood. The rest of it is metal, of course, with it being electric. And then, the light bulbs just go in there. Like the light bulb in this lamp is a LED bulb, so it doesn't get hot. So I thought, well, maybe if I put an LED bulb in these, assuming this works, maybe it won't get hot. It's hard telling though. I'll just find out. Maybe the lights won't get hot, but the electrical may get hot. So who knows? I'll find out if it works at some point. I got the old man to hold his rifle correctly. One more thing that I got here is this Structo Turnstile Truck. It reads on the side, Turnstile Family Friendly Shopping. Sorry, I read that backwards. Friendly family shopping. Truck's kind of rusty, but it's overall in somewhat good shape. The decals, I should say, are in good shape. I'm right under the light. I'm not sure why it's so dark. Maybe I'm sitting blocking the light. Maybe that's what I'm doing. It's got all of its hubcaps. It's missing the grill. It should have a grill like this one here, but it's missing that. Pop that off of there. You can see none of the plastics broke off or anything. There's your motor. And these were pretty easy to hook up. It's got this little striker plate here. If you don't get it right on the hole, it'll kind of guide you in. The horn's on the top there. Looks like it's missing something up here. And the trailer, it's got the little rubber wheels on the stand. And looks like at some point it had a STP sticker on the top and something else. But I've wanted this truck for a long time. It's been in there for a long time, and it was on sale I've been going in there for years and years, and so when this was on sale, I thought I'm gonna get that. It's got the back wheel caps are rusty, but it's got all of them. It's got both of the doors too, which kind of surprised me. No rust holes inside there, just factory holes in the front up there. So that was pretty cool. So I hope you enjoyed the video here. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.